Hi, afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. It's been such a long time. Yeah. And I seriously not sure. I don't think many can join me at this odd hours on a weekday. But I think the purpose of this today's Facebook Live is also more onto like answering all the questions that has been sent out to me. Dear, this is Wi-Fi is not connected. I've forgotten. Can you please help me to put in the password? Yeah. Okay. As in I know that a lot of you have been also commented onto a series of videos that I've actually prepared. And I saw all your comments, and my apology that I did not answer any of them. Hi, Jessie Fu. Hi, hello. Yeah, thank you for being with me, even though on a weekday, odd hours like this. Yeah, I know actually Kong Yu highlighted to me as in this hour normally people cannot tune in one, which is true. But I'm glad that here I see many of you here. Annie also tuning in. Hi, afternoon, Annie. Thank you for tuning in. And I probably some of you have some Feng Shui questions that you want to clarify. And also I've screenshot quite a number of you asked questions in the Feng Shui Taboo videos that I have prepared. And today I'm going to answer all of them. And those of you who are joining me live today, if you have any questions, please do shoot them over. Especially if you're at home or in your office and you have a specific question, it will be good because I got to know that Facebook Live now actually enables you guys, you guys to actually come on live together with me. So, hi Miu Miu, all of you, let's say if you have any questions, if you're at home, any questions regarding your house, your kitchen, your stove, okay, you can actually request to come on camera with me and show everyone, as in you show us on your house, exactly how the positioning is, then only you ask your question. Hi Marius, okay, thank you for joining. All right, and then ask your questions being on live together with me. I would really also like to try out that potential on Facebook, two-person going on Facebook Live together where you are watching and you can join me in my live. I really want to try out that particular function as well. So I urge to all of you here, if you have any questions pertaining to Feng Shui, either in your home or at your house, please do let me know, and I would like to invite you to get on the live. And I mean, if you're shy to get on camera, don't worry, you don't have to feature yourself. You just have to, in a way, show us around part of your house where you're concerned about the Feng Shui. Probably the outlook from your balcony or your window or your main door facing a certain angle that you're unsure of, or your kitchen stove or your sink examples that you have some question about. Please do actually get onto the Facebook Live itself and join us, because I really want to test out that. Meanwhile, I've actually screenshot most of the questions that some of you has been highlighted, commented on my previous Feng Shui Taboo video, and I would want to actually address each and every one of them once and for all, okay, instead of really... Have you shared?
I have not.
Okay.
I just managed to have to relog in.
Okay, sorry, you just give me a moment. Now, I purposely log in slightly earlier, okay, so that I can actually get myself ready and so that you guys can actually come on the Facebook Live itself. Yeah. Wait, let me just share this. Ask away. Okay, so yeah, our established day and remove day, good day to move office or house. Okay, Jessie, you asked that is the date selection questions, but I'll answer it as well. All right, because you're asking about moving house and office. Now, generally, okay, a remove day or an established day, generally you can use, okay, for moving of house or moving an office generally. Now, you can also see what will be your ultimate goal of moving. Now, normally moving house, you can say remove. You in Chinese we call, right, okay, 細屋搬大屋. Okay, from a smaller house you move to a bigger house. You want to remove all the past or the energies of you living in a smaller house. Now that you want to establish or move into a bigger capacity, right? Then normally you can use an established day or a remove day. But generally for office itself, right, it's all about initiating something or want to be successful in a certain things. So don't forget, like Success Day also is a very good day, especially when it comes to business oriented. Okay, if it's a business related, it can be a success day or even a initiate day. Like you initiate into a new office for a certain upcoming plans. Okay, you have upcoming plans, you have a certain new business prospect or new business strategy to work on. You want to initiate it on that particular day, or you want to actually do it on a success day to ensure that whatever all this strategy itself will be highly successful at the end of the day. Thank you so much everyone for tuning in. Po Ching, I guess, is it you that I saw that you were at Tanjung Jara last week? Right, I think it's you on your Facebook, I'm not sure. Yeah, currently I'm in Tanjung Jara. I was like, line here might not be very stable. Okay, just now I saw some disruption on the line. So if you are, now once shared already, I think I can lock up from the Facebook on the iPad, darling. Okay, and using the Wi-Fi. All right, so those of you who find that if the line is not stable, please do let me know here. And of course, like my dear Gong Yu here is also helping me to supervise on this Facebook Live as well. Because if you ask me to do it on my own, the chances is like it will be a disruptive session. All right, so if you have any question, please do ask them away. I have half an hour. So from 12:30 to 1, I'll be answering all your questions regarding to your house feng shui or your office feng shui, right? And if you can join me, if you're at home now or in your office and there are certain feng shui aspect, okay, that you are unsure, okay, please do join me on my Facebook Live. I can put you on air together with me. If you feel shy, you don't have to get on camera, but you just have to actually show exactly what are the issues that concern you so that all of us can learn from it and I can actually have an actual view rather than you describing it. Because feng shui is something that we have to see. We have to lock up from Wi-Fi. I think too many things on Wi-Fi already. Yeah.
Right. We'll get this iPad out in a few moments.
Okay, so I would appreciate any of you here. Just let me know how's the line so far, because from my side here I can see that it got interrupted every here and then. All right, so if you are like tuning in right now, can you please just let me know how's the sound? How is the line? Is it stable? Are you hearing me clearly? Now the most important thing is like you can hear me clearly. All right. So if you have any questions, do drop it, because I think I need my iPad back, okay, because Gong Yu is still using it to actually share this live itself so that more people are aware of it. Annie, you say on and off the line. Okay, so whenever the line is unstable, please bear with me. Okay, my apology. I think I need to lock out from there. Is it okay to lock out? Have you locked out?
Yeah, then I can just close it straight.
Yeah, I'll just off it up. It's okay. Then I'll go to the Q&A. All right, we'll just start it.
The phone here seems quite smooth.
Yeah, because here it is affected. Okay, before I officially start, it's 12:28 now. I will repeat myself once again. Now, anytime if you find that the line is lagging, please do let me know. All right, any of you, if you have Gong Yu personal number, okay, you can just even like message him in case that we gone off air. Okay, we don't know what's going on, whether the line is stable or not. Just message away to Gong Yu, and then he can, at least he will know it's like the line is interrupted. And before I go on to the questions that I have compiled throughout all the videos that I've shared on Feng Shui Taboo, I also want you to, let's say, prepare yourself if you have any Feng Shui questions, and you can actually share it by getting on live together with me. Like, you know, just turn on your camera on your live and then let me know. I will invite you to on this live session, and you can show me exactly what is your Feng Shui concern, and let us all learn from it. I guess that will be the best way for a live sessions to be conducted, instead of you just listening to me. Since now that we have an option for you to participate as well, please do participate. All right, and if you find that if you are shy, don't worry, you don't have to show your face. All right, you just have to show me, right, your house feng shui, what are the concerns you are concerned about, and then we will then address the questions from that. Okay, so now let's start off with like one of the questions that I get throughout my Feng Shui Taboo series. All right, Jen Ho, okay, I suppose Jen Ho is from Singapore. She said that, hi Jessie, for building, what about green dragon and white tiger explanation? All right, can you explain more about this, and do we see it from inside the house looking out? Now, firstly, those of you who are concerned about green dragon and white tiger. Now, generally, any house or any property, Hai Wenhui, any house and any property, it is best for us to ensure that the location is properly embraced. Now, some of you might not even be at an area where you can actually look out to your external now. Now, just imagine a good, prosperous location, you always need to have that embrace on the left and the right. Now, for instance, most of you are from KL, some of you are not, okay? So those of you who are Malaysian, if you're familiar with KL, right? Now, look at the formation, why Kuala Lumpur itself, in a way, that spot, okay, started to be prosperous, okay? Like ever since, years and years ago. Right, when you look at the prime locations of the beginning of the energy of Kuala Lumpur, which is where the conversion, Masjid Jamek, conversion between Sungai Klang and Sungai Gombak, right? At Masjid Jamek, that is the starting point of Kuala Lumpur itself. If you look at Google Map, if you can get on Google Map, Google Map now and search Kuala Lumpur, you can see that overall the outlook itself of Kuala Lumpur, why is it so prosperous, is you can see that from Banjaran Titi Wangsa all the way coming down to Genting Sempa, where your Genting Highlands is, right? From Genting Sempa, it then opens out to your Sungai Gombak, coming all the way. From there, it actually opens up to two stretches of ranges of mountain. You can see even now, after mostly developed, you can see that even now that there are actually chunks and bits of mountains towards the left and towards the right, opening out, okay, embracing the central point of Kuala Lumpur, okay, where the conversion of the river is. And these two ranges of mountains itself, right, okay, one opens up as the arm of the left embrace, which is all the way towards Bukit Jalil. Okay, so those of you who are familiar with KL, just Google and check on it. Bukit Jalil site now serve as a left embrace of the whole Kuala Lumpur. And then the other side of you staying in PJ in Sungai Buloh. Okay, so let's say if you are in Kota Damansara Perdana, all the way up to Sungai Buloh, that opens up the right embrace. So therefore, now, when it comes to the green dragon and the white tiger, it just means that embrace. And it is very important for any prime area for you to have the embrace. Now, the purpose of it is so that the chi or the energy of your property can be contained. It won't actually leak out. Just imagine that now you are staying in an area where the chi means the wind is windy and it comes and go without any protection. All right, when the wind can just blow, come and go itself, you know that that property itself is not sustainable. The chi is not settled. Okay, so that's a reason, very important, if you're scouting for home, which is, I'm sure those of you who are intending to have some property investment, this will be the prime time for you to scout for a new home. I know Wei Sun, thanks for tuning in. They are busy scouting for new home now, especially now that we are in a transition period between period 8 to period 9. So when you're looking for a new house or new home to move into, remember to see your left and right embrace, just like a face. Okay, now Feng Shui is relating to physiognomy. It's very closely related to face reading. So when you look at face reading, the prime location that you want to look for that represents that piece of property that will have a very high chance of prosperity is the nose. From a face itself. Just imagine that if you have a nose as your prime location, your house, this particular property is at the center of your nose itself, you need it to have two rivers embracing by the side, followed by two mountains. That's why Kuala Lumpur is a conversion between Sungai Gombak and Sungai Klang. Now, the two rivers are your Fatling, laughter lines, and the two left and right embrace are your cheek bone or your cheek flesh. Okay, so when you smile, you see the flash of this particular, it comes out as a mountain. So those of you who know face reading, right, we actually label all these 5 protruding areas of the face called Ngok San, or the 5 mountains. And this 2 on the cheek area is called your left dragon and your right white tiger, okay, as an embrace of the property. So it's very simple. So every time when you need to look or scout for a place, you just ask yourself, do you have mountains at your left and your right? Do you have mountains at the back, okay, and also at the front as your table mountain? So it conforms all these things perfect. That location sure will be prosperous. So I hope that I can actually, I did actually answer your questions, Jen Ho. All right, and always remember when you look at this, right, okay, you always look from inside of the house towards outside. Okay, it means that if you're standing in front of your house and your main gate, you look inside facing out to determine your left and right. So whenever you see that a house is located at a flat area, or this condo is located when you look out, totally flat, there's not even a bump, okay, like really like, you know, racing out surrounding you, there's no hills, there's no mountain. One thing for sure is, okay, no matter how good the landscape is, this particular area sustain no chi. Okay, so I really hope that that answer your questions, Jen Ho. And then another question is also by Jen Ho. She said that can do a video on plants and flower inside and outside of the house and apartment. So this one I will wait it for later. Okay, I will answer another question. So Joey Fu has a question. Joey Fu actually asked, during my activations of wealth chi in the house, Joey Fu said that, what about the cat that always sleeps in my room? Now remember, there's a video I talk about. Pets are actually activation of chi. So whenever you place your pets as a certain area in your house, especially good area, for instance, your wealth area, your tou fa wai means your peach blossom area, and whenever you put your pets there, they will keep on activating the chi for you. So that in a way they activate well for you, they also activate your peach blossom or your tou fa for you. So Joey Fu says that, what about the cat that always sleeps in your room? Now, always remember, bedroom needs to be as gentle and as yin as possible. When I say yin means gentle, doesn't mean yin referring to like those like scary movie type of yin, all right? So now, when you look at the flying stars, okay, method of Feng Shui itself, okay, Feng Shui of the bedroom, we look at the sitting star. The sitting star means it correlates to the mountain, whereas the facing star relates to the water. So whenever you want to feng shui a house for bedroom, for meditation room, for praying rooms, and not praying, not playing, pray, okay? So whenever you need to actually, in a way, settle where these rooms are best found in terms of the flying star feng shui system, it is always best, okay, to always refer to the sitting star. Now, probably some of you here is like, what the heck is Jessie talking about? Like suddenly, like flying stars, sitting star, facing star. Some of you might not know about what is all these things, but just do a bit of research and Google. Trust me, there are many free software out there where you just have to determine your facing direction. Just go to any of this free software, you plug in into your facing direction and your period of your particular building or property is built, you get all these flying stars chart out for free. All right, so what I refer to the sitting star means the stars that appears on the top right, left angle, okay, of your how to say, the birth certificate of your house. Right now, there's the much that I can explain to you on the Facebook Live to answer your questions. It means that if you get it, you get it. If you don't get it, don't worry. Okay, all right, get professional service. All right, so now when we talk about bedroom, it's always good to look at the top left angle of this flying star chart. And then let's say, for instance, in period 8, the number 8 itself is your wealth star. So therefore, if your bedroom is located on a sitting star with a star 8, it is best for this area to leave it as gentle. Tradings at home, you work from home, right? All this area, try to choose a facing star, which is a favorable wealth star. Put your pets there, have more activities there.
Okay, try that.
It is back. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Okay, the line got disconnected, so I have to disconnect from the Wi-Fi and actually reconnect again. So I'm not sure where you're following. Those of you who have been like staying put since just now, all right, I talk about Joey Fu's question relating the cat sleeping in your bedroom, right? Please bear with me because the line here is pretty bad. So now I'm disconnected from the Wi-Fi and I use my own 4G. Okay, so as I mentioned, right, remember Joey Fu, if your cat is sleeping in your bedroom, provided your bedroom have a very good sitting star, that is good. Allow your cat to sleep, but not in a way vigorously playing or actively playing in it. Okay, and then go on to the next question. All right, go on to the next questions by Alexis. Alexis Wong actually asked, hi Jessie, thanks for the video. Can a fake dog helps. Now, this is a series about pet activation at your home, okay? Right? She bought a fake dog as decoration and put it in the entrance of your house. Now, fake dog or any decoration, it is not helping when it comes to activation of qi. Remember that. Therefore, like whenever you buy those, you know, like a dragon boat lah, or tortoise lah, elephants with wealth lah, if you buy pei yao ah, no, be the pisho and all that, any dragon figurine and all that, it is not helping when it comes to activation of qi. When it comes to classical feng shui, no qi will be activated by any statues. Okay, so let's say if you even look at like the dragon or the lion, you know, in a lot of big buildings and all that, they have the lion statue. That is not activation of qi when it comes to feng shui perspective, but that is in a way serve as a purpose when it comes to psychologically. It means that any big building, to show your power, to show your status, to show that you are in command of the industry, they want to put as aggressive or as fierce possible any animal. Some put cannon, some put lion, the food dogs and all that. Now, they put it in order to exhibit their power and status. And all this actually works in terms of psychologically. It is not under the feng shui perspective. Now, unless that some of this big statue or rocks statue and all that are actually placed at an area for you to zhen chai. Zhen chai means, right, for you to actually safeguard or keep the wealth. Now, in every feng shui plan, okay, any house or any big factories or businesses, you will be able to see that there will be a certain area that represents the inlet of your qi and outlet of your qi. Just imagine that your house now have an inlet of the hose, incoming water. Okay, like your water, somehow you have a hose from the external coming to your house. You also have a drain that drains out all dirty water from your house. Now, these two areas itself is where the area where sometimes we put like a very impressive, big, gigantic rock, okay, or heavy statue in order for us to make sure that is the guardian of the water mouth. Guardian of the water mouth, if you look at any natural formation, all right, if you go Langkawi, all right, if you go Langkawi, you will see that there will be a gorilla mountain lah. Then you will see like, you know, Tasik Dayang Bunting is like something that resembles, most of the time it is like of an animal. You see the crocodile mountain. You see the gorilla mountain. Or some of the areas you see elephant mountain. Okay, so every time you go to see, especially that is an area where it is guarding, okay, the water mouth itself, you will see some big rocky mountains, naturally formation. It looks like some animal. So this is actually working as the guardian of the mouth itself to make sure that you only allow good qi into your premises. Any sachi, you will guard it off. Now, that is the reason why people, in a way, shrink it to a micro level. At home, they will ask you to put a lion or put a dog, okay, in front of your house to guard, okay? But when it comes to the real term of feng shui, it only happens if it's a real formation. So whatever that you put at home, all these small little cute dogs at your home, right, it is not going to help you filter the qi. Imagine you have a date tree or a pylon outside, which is huge, and then suddenly you have this small little dog statue that is supposed to guard your house. It is not working. This small little dog cannot guard it for you. But psychologically, in a way, people advise you to do so based on the principle of that natural formations of guardian. And then, of course, at the back of the house, if you really see, especially yin house feng shui, if you really go and see during Qingming and all that, right, all those, graveyards, right, Chinese graveyards, you always have these two at the back, or sometimes one, sometimes two. At the back of the graveyard itself, you call hao tou. Hao tou is like a small little stone there, written as like hao tou. It means like the back earth, something like that. Now, this one serves as a guardian of the water which is going out. Imagine this is like a stopper. It means that whatever that goes into your property or your house premises, right, you want all the good qi to come in, but you want it to reduce to go out, right? You don't want to like things come in and things go out at the same time. Example, if you have all the nutritious food you want to eat, once you eat inside, at least you want to prolong for a few hours before it comes out again, right? Just imagine you eat something and it needs to come out straight immediately. Bad feng shui, bad health. Your gut system got problem. So therefore, they put this back end hao tou. Hao tou means, right, okay, a big rock. They can put like a la tokong. In Chinese, we do prayers to the la tokong. How to say it? La tok. Okay, so the Chinese prayers, they do these prayers, right? That's why you see big malls and all that. Normally, they will actually put it at the back of the mall itself, where the qi or the qi is leaking. So they will put it there in order to prevent qi to leak that fast. Now, if you go into KK, those of you who are in KK, all right, Annie is from KK. If you look at Surya Mall, Surya Mall has a very good la tokong at the back of the mall itself that is serving as a houtou, because if not, it goes directly out to the sea. So they put a la tokong there, right? And you see that that position is very good. And in fact, a lot of people purposely go to that la tokong and pray one. Okay, not because of the more people and pray. A lot of people go there and pray because they find that it's very lang. Okay, it's very lang means what? How to say lang? It's very not accurate, right? Yeah, Gong Yu is like, don't know what the heck you're talking about. Powerful. Okay, all right, so I hope that answers your question, Alexis. Now I will try to take all the questions from the previous comments first, then I will attend to your question. If I can't finish all your questions, don't worry, I will key into it. I will arrange another questions because I have a week here, and then most of the time both of us is like nothing much to do because it's so quiet. It's such a retreat. You see, we don't even need our mask here because it's like there are hardly anyone here and it's huge. All right, so I will ensure that I will answer all your questions. Keep it coming. If I cannot cater to all of them today, I will do another Facebook Live session and I'll cater to all your questions. All right, and then what else? Chong Yok Lee, right? Thank you for sharing the information. What if the stove is facing, now this is about the stove at your home, okay? Now Chong Yok Lee is asking about what if the stove is facing the door to a washing area? How to mitigate these situations as there is no other places to relocate the stove. Now nowadays we are living in apartments or condo, right? A lot of times it's very fixed. Our stove and our washing area and all that is very fixed. There's not much choice for us to move around it. But be thankful, Malaysians, because for Malaysia itself is still considered very spacious for us to play around. When I do Feng Shui for Hong Kong, okay, Hong Kong clients and all that, Hong Kong is like a luxurious condominium, only measures about 700 square feet, and that's luxurious, okay? So generally you have about 400 plus to 500 square feet, okay, of house. So for them, there's really no choice in order for you to move around the things. So for your case, Chong Yuk Lee, you just remember, if your stove is facing the door to a washing area, just ensure that you close the door more often, especially when you're cooking. Now, why is it not good to face the stove directly to a door? Any door, toilet door, washing area door from the kitchen to your living room, because the door itself is an inlet of qi or wind or energy, whatever you call it. Because from there itself, right, you will know that the ventilation is strong. Okay, it keeps ventilating. So whenever the stove is facing to this, it means that your fire is unprotected fire. So the stove is very important because that is where alchemy happens, magic happens. Because your stove is the area of your home. There are two areas of your home where transformation will happen, means magic will happen. It is either your kitchen stove or your altar, for those of you who are praying. Okay, so in the olden days, it's very important to place the altar and also the stove properly, especially the olden stove where you have a lot of charcoal and even the woods, okay? So because when the strong fire is burning in order for you to cook itself, right, this heat and the fire itself will transform all energy surrounding that area. It means that from negative sachi, it will becomes mitigate negative sachi, because the stronger, the more dense, the heavier the energy, it becomes negative energy. Now, the lighter the energy, it becomes better energy. The same thing, people who do energy healing, you go into meditation, you go into chakra healings and all that. Why we want to, in a way, that elevate our soul, elevate our spirit, because the lighter our spirit, the better energy that we will have or possess in our body. The same thing of our home. So when the house energy is very dense, very heavy, it means that the house is now housing very negative energy. So through the particular stove itself, once we cook, every time we cook, the fire, the open fire is supposed, or the heat itself is supposed to transform all this energy, provided you're doing open cooking. Now, nowadays, you have this pressure cooker, you have this microwave ovens that you hardly feel the heat outside at the external part. it is not working. All right, unless you really use your gas stove or even electrical stove that you can feel the heat, that is when they transform and enlighten all energy and makes magic happen. That's when alchemy happens. So therefore, when your stove is facing to a door, and the door itself, you always have this pressure of air coming in and out of the ventilation itself. And when this happens, the stove itself, the fire of the stove cannot really, they say, is not really burning bright enough in order for them to transfer all energy. Therefore, when the energy is not fully transferred, the energy of that area cannot be lightened, cannot be enlightened. So you will remain as a dense energy or a heavy energy. All right, so that is the purpose. It's always important from the classical Feng Shui aspect. They will ask you, oh, don't place the stove open area. Let's say you are facing a window in the middle of nowhere. You know, nowadays a lot of people thought that, oh, in order to prevent, okay, like the house from like smelling of like oil and cooking and all that, I'll just put it out in the garden and cook there lah, no problem. But now, when you do that, from a Feng Shui perspective, it's not considered advisable, because when you're cooking, okay, inside of your house itself, there is no transformation or magic happening. The energy becomes dense, nothing to enlighten it. Now, unless you are the type of person who are more spiritual, who do a lot of like, burning, means like saging, right? I see that Katina is online and stuff. You know, people who are going into spiritual path, into healing and all that, you know, normally people sage the house. Okay, once every now and then they will actually have, you know, traditionally we have the kemenyan, okay, we have the kemenyan, or you have the sage, depending on your background culture, whatever it is, as long, or sometimes you have like, you know, you are lighting candles, okay, for like full moon or new moon, you are doing candle offerings. Any type of all this fire can substitute your stove. Okay, so don't be so fixated as in like, oh my God, my stove forever needs to be in a house and it is like, you know, it's covered. But what if you hardly cook? You don't even cook. There's still no magic happening. So if you are into like burning some essential oil with like open candles, or if you are into saging the house, okay, and if you are into like what else for the house itself, yeah, okay, all these fire related things. At the same time, when you're doing this, you are also ensuring that the house itself is transforming energy. Therefore, in the old days, before you even moved into a house, or every now and then after prayers, they will ensure that you take this kemenyan. It's like a traditional Chinese and also Malay sort of like incense. You burn it, it gets very smoky, and they will go around smoking the house. When you smoke the house, that is when alchemy or magic is happening. So I really hope that that answers your question, Yok Lee. So don't be so worried too much about your stove, because nowadays it's like our stove also, most of us don't really cook, okay, but ensure that we will have another type of like fire, okay, every now and then in the house, to ensure that the energy is uplifted. So thank you so much, Marius. Or those of you, if you feel that like whatever that I'm sharing today is beneficial to you, please do share it so that more people will be, in a way, like learn from it. To me, I believe in education, because there's really no point for us to live in fear, as in I'm not sure about this, and I know that people say that you cannot do this, you cannot do that, and then it gets very fearful. Really, everything has an explanation to it. If anything that cannot be explained, do not believe in it. All right? Don't believe on something that cannot be explained. Right? Everything has an explanation. If you find it useful, please do share it so that more people will be, in a way, benefit from it. All right, the next questions. Li Jing asked about like microwave and water dispenser. Okay, microwave considered fire element, water dispenser considered water element. I'm using a micro rack and placing my water heater above my microwave. Is it clashing? If clashing, what kind of effect to us? Now, I think in a way I've actually roughly answered this question. All right, so it's like Li Jing, you say microwave nowadays is like, if you talk about real heat or real fire, it hardly has any effect on the environment around us. So if you think about microwave can actually help us to transform or transmit energy or enlighten the energy around us, microwave can't really help. Okay, microwave can only, in a way, right, transform the energy of the food inside. The alchemy only happens in the food inside, but it is not actually on the environment itself. All right, so it is not impacting. And then you say the water dispenser, okay? Water dispenser is element. Again, water dispensers itself is like, it's just a dispenser, and the amount of water relating to it is not really that great as well, compared to, let's say, if you are a sink. The sink itself, traditionally people wash dishes, right? It's not like us, we just open up the tap and you just wash and put it aside and let the water just flow like that. Traditionally, a lot of time, right, people will actually tada water. Tada water means they collect the water in the sink, okay? And then they will wash all the dishes, and then they will put onto the side with another like collection of water and like clean them. So there are collection of water going on. And this will actually allow the water energy to be around or to be affected in that area. So therefore, if this is the case and you have a stove right next to it, now the energy of water and fire will clash. But nowadays, it's like sometimes when you wash, okay, maybe it's like just 2% at home, okay? You wash the dishes, it's like probably in like less than 5 minutes, 3 minutes, you're done. So that is not going to affect what clashing. Now imagine in the olden days in China when Feng Shui is highly practiced, even before the communist time, right? The whole entire clan live in the same family. Let's say, for instance, like yourself and then your 4 wives, okay, and then your 4 wives' children, means all your children, maybe up to more than a dozen of them, including like all the helpers and the workers. Everyone is living in the same house. So every time you need to wash dishes, it's as if that you're washing dishes for a restaurant, So imagine when that means, then that's happening, right? This water energy is exposed, okay, for a long time. And when it's exposed for a long time and the fire is there, they will have a time to clash. Imagine nowadays you turn on the tap, like wash your Maggi Mee noodle bowl, and then after that, done and put it aside. There's no time to clash, all right? So don't worry too much about this, all right? That's what I want to say. And then I know a lot of you still coming in with the questions. I see you, right? Just in case that I didn't have the time to manage all the questions because I need to rush out for lunch, okay? I will then arrange another session to answer all your questions, probably tomorrow. All right? So, okay. So what else? So door closed. Thank you for information. Okay. Joyce, okay, Joyce, I'm sorry because my English is not very well versed, okay. Joyce Bakriran Gallant, okay, asked me, hi Jessie, thank you for this information. Can you do mirror and ceiling fan in the bedroom, and what are the cures, okay? So, yeah. Okay, so this one, just like the plants that Jen Ho has asked, I will save it for the next session, okay? And let's see any questions that is pertaining to the episodes that I've shared on my Facebook video. Which are the ones that you highlight to me?
Those are the ones that are still there.
Okay, yeah. Jen Ho actually say, oh, Jen Ho, you're here. Hi. My question on plants and flowers, can we place them in the east sector of the house for this year? Does the growing plant activate the bad star? Is there such a thing? Now, see, now Jen Ho, if you have actually placed the plants at the east sector, even before this year, leave it there. Okay, no worries about that because it won't activate the 5 yellow. But let's say you have no plants at your east sector and now you feel like, oh, I just want to buy some plants and then put it at the east sector. It is not recommended because when you move these pots and plants or you want to dig the ground to plant it on the ground or whatever, that is an activation. And you know east this year is not really the best. In fact, it's the worst sector due to the 5 yellow. It is best left undisrupted or undisturbed. Okay, so if you're thinking about only putting the plants this year, it's a no. If you have the plants there all this while, you don't have to kill them off, nor you have to remove them. Just maintain it as it is, all right? If you have been, in a way, like keeping track to it, if you've been like, how to say, trim the plants, okay? If you've been trimming the plants every 2 weeks, example, or every 1 month, all this while, this year, you can still continue to do the same. There's no activation if the energy is the same that you have been doing all this while. But suddenly, if you have left those plants in your east sector like a bush all these years, and then suddenly this year you feel like, I want to trim, okay? Now, that is activation. So always remember that, okay? And then now remember, if you have plants at a negative area, okay, even if a 5 yellow, when it's growing and you have it all along, it is not activation or growing 5 yellow. Remember, 5 yellow is earth. When you have plants there, in a way, naturally, it already managed to, to contain the earth. It helps you to manage the earth, okay? Provided you have already have it before this year. But let's say if you only plant it in, then that's not, because now you aggravate the earth, because wood is like in a way, it is controlling earth. You suddenly want to plant it this year means that now you're actually asking for a fight with the 5 yellow, which is not recommended. All right. So, yeah, Laura Chan asked, may I ask how to tap good chi into our house, landed property? Now, tapping into good chi, the first thing is you have to ensure outside you have the chi. Because you see, everyone can tap the chi, but what if outside is nothing? There's no mountain. If there's no mountain, means there's no natural chi in a way that is surrounded or surrounding the house. When that's the case, no matter how you tap, also 冇用嘅. Imagine that you are like, how can I fish in a swimming pool? I can tell you about fishing rods. I can tell you about your fishing nets, okay? I can tell you about like your fishing skills. But at the end of the day, you can't fish because the swimming pool has no fish. All right? So the first thing is, first priority, you must ensure that you have fish. Means that you have mountains and you have water surrounding that area. Secondly, if you have that means you have to look into your main door. Always remember, our house is like our body. So in order to take whatever good nutritious food you have outside, your mouth is important, because you can only, in a way, majority of the nutrients can be actually taken through your mouth. So you have to make sure that your main door and the facing direction of your house itself is on the right facing direction. Okay, so yeah, okay, so the main door is important. And then also you have to make sure no obstruction to your house. If like suddenly, just imagine that my mouth is here and my cup of tea is here. So I know that if I want to drink this cup of tea, I have to direct my mouth over here so that I can actually drink it. But imagine that the cup of tea is here, means your good chi is here and your mouth, your house facing direction is there. It is a bit difficult, right? Okay, to actually get these things into your mouth. Now, example, if I pour this tea also, it will actually, like, you know, how to say, my mouth facing here, I pour the tea, it might actually turns that direction, I cannot suck in. That's when Feng Shui practitioners normally they do is like recollection of chi. Recollection of chi means that if the chi is coming from this side to this side and your mouth or your main door is facing this side, they will ask you to plant something, make a wall, or put some water features, because water features are supposed to stop chi from flowing. Put on this side. Just remember, now you have an embrace. So if I pour the water, it will now be contained by this left, the wall or the plants or the water features that we have here. Then you can lick it in. It sounds very kinky, right? Okay, what Facebook Live is this? But I hope that you understand what I mean. All right, so it's like, remember, Feng Shui doesn't need to be very serious. It's all common sense. You need to know. That's how it's all the flow of chi and how do you actually like, you know, tackle it, right? So if you are talking about like how do you tap good chi, generally that will be your answer. All right, and then of course, Maria said, you're great, Jessie. Thank you so much. All right, and then Jenny Ng, hi, what about electric stove? Does it consider fire? Electric stove, yes, as long as when it is like really when it's boiling something, because the heat itself, because heat is also like, you know, the heat is, it can also burn you, right? Okay, if you really like use steam and all that, steams also can burn you and actually scorch you. So therefore, even electric stove, yes, it's also considered fire. But is it as effective as the traditional stove? Of course, this is not. Okay, if you are looking at traditional stove where really using charcoal or even gas stove using open burning fire, that will be more effective. All right, so got it, thanks. Yeah, I guess I have actually like addressed to most of the questions. But before I let you guys go, any of you here have any questions that you would like to actually come on, okay, the Facebook Live with me? Probably there are certain things you're unsure, you want to show me. You don't have to show your face if you're shy or uncomfortable, all right? Any one of you currently at your office, okay, you're not sure if you're facing out to a mountain and you're not sure what mountain is that. Is it here near enough, or is it too far for me to tap into the chi, right? If you're at your home and do you feel you're unsure whether like the particular arrangement of your home itself is positive or negative. If you have any questions before I go off, can I see if there's anyone? Thank you, Annie, thank you for tuning in. If there's anyone who would want to actually like get on the Facebook Live, let me try out this app. Where are you? Are you in your office? Are you at home? Okay, any one of you who would like to actually get on this Facebook Live, just turn your camera on so that at least I can try, okay, the feature. Okay, Stephanie, you're here. Yeah, okay. Good afternoon, Sifu. Does broken floor tiles at room and car porch and also the crack on wall affect the house feng shui? Now, that's a good question. Okay, now, broken floor tiles, now, if it's really accidentally you drop a hammer, okay, and it breaks the floor tiles, it is not affecting your feng shui. All right, provided that unless the floor tile itself, it is chipped and broken, it becomes so sharp that you can accidentally cut yourself. All right, or else it is not affecting the feng shui, don't worry. Now, I want to tell you is like, under what circumstances that cracked floor tiles or even cracked buildings itself is affecting the feng shui? When it happens naturally. Naturally on the wall, there are crackings. Naturally on the wall that you see a lot of moss or mold. Okay, you see that every time you paint the house, normally no matter what paint you use, that's supposed to say like a lifetime guarantee or whatever, but after some time you see that it just becomes very like moldy, right? A lot of moss will actually grow from it. Now, this tells you the feng shui of the house is affected and there's a lot of trapped energy. Okay, only if it happens naturally. If you know that the cracked, broken tiles and all that happens because you accidentally drop something and break it, that's not affecting the feng shui. Okay, now unless the broken tile happens is because the earth has sunken. Okay, there are many like reasons how the tiles can break. All right, so you will see that it cracks due to the earth itself is sunken. It means that there might be some subhaya, some water retention underneath the earth, that the earth is not solid, that it sunken in itself. If that is the effect, then the feng shui of the house, it tells us as a feng shui practitioner, if we observe this, it is bad. Okay, because it says that the same thing comes to yin feng shui. Why is it the cracked tomb at the yin feng shui and all that considered a bad thing? Because the tomb itself all relates on the ground. So therefore, when a lot of people say that, how to say Tian Hoi? Tian Hoi means reclaimed land. When you have property on a reclaimed land, it is not as great compared to people having a property on solid ground. Why? Because reclaimed land, the land itself is not as solid and it can even be soft, and over years, it's just a matter of time, there is a possibility that it will sink. Right? When this happens itself, you know that the ventilations of the area itself is not sustained. The energy is not solid. That's why it is bad feng shui. Okay, Stephanie? So if you actually, in a way that your house crack is because some major construction is going on at your neighbor and they do piling and then somehow you see that there are minor cracks happening of your house, don't worry too much about it, all right? It just means that probably your house is not very, like, very solidly built, okay? It doesn't mean that the feng shui is bad. But if it's of natural cause, yes, then you have to pay attention to it. That's a very good question, Stephanie. Thanks for asking. Yeah. You see? Yeah, I have things. Okay, all right. So yeah, it is okay. It's 1:10. Okay, I hope that I answer your questions. Office facing direction is fixed. How to tap the Gucci every year? Okay, Evelyn, if our main door facing opposite door of neighbor house separated by the lane, is this bad feng shui? No worries. A lot of times like pai ngok you look at like terrace houses and all that. A lot of times you see that your house main door facing opposite directly is like another house, okay? As long as there's a lane or the road in front of it, then it won't be so much because you have ample space for the chi to settle. It only happens when it is a very confined, a confined space. Let's say, for instance, inside the house itself, you have a long alley. All right, imagine those of you who are living in a house, okay, if a long alley, if an apartment, long alley, and then you open to rooms and rooms, right? Now you try to close, okay, like the windows and all that. Once you open one door, another door, you will feel that it will automatically either open or close. That will affect it because it's too narrow. The suction of the air itself is affected. One door open, the other door will be affected. Now that will affect feng shui. But you're talking about neighbor opposite. No matter how they slam their door, also your door won't move because there's a big lane of road in front of you. So that won't really affect you. All right. Okay. So anyone wants to get on air? Anyone can actually share, like at least share your questions with me on air. I really hope that someone can get on air. Stephanie, can you? Right, hi, I got a good case for you. My house this year, semua come out. Ceiling fell, water dripping, ceiling moldy, construction around. Okay.
Could be 5 yellow.
Yeah, it could be 5 yellow. It's like any possibilities that any one of you can actually get on, okay, screen.
I cannot find the tab,
The tab is here with me. I can bring you on. You just let me know, okay, if you can actually...
maybe you need to explain that.
Yeah. Hi, Jessie. What are the remedy if your bathroom is in the wealth section of your house? Thank you for all the information that you always share. All right, now, the wealth star actually travels every year, okay? So generally, if you know that year itself, right, it just so happened to travel down to your bathroom, first thing you know that now every year we have potential. Every year we need to plan for the year, strategize for the year. If that year the wealth opens at your main door, you know that before the year even comes, you know that this will be a good year for me because there will be lots of opportunity coming in. But it's somehow that when we do Feng Shui calculation, this year jialat. Okay, the wealth star, it actually falls into the bathroom. It just tells you that wealth might not be as how to say, it's not to say as smooth, but not as spacious, not as flowy, okay, compared to wealth star that comes from a balcony or from your main door. So it just tells you that there could be some issues relating to wealth flow. All right. So if it's like relating to wealth flow, then it's that year itself. Remember, Feng Shui is not everything. Okay. Once you know about the Feng Shui, you also need to know what is the proper manlak action, okay, or strategies that you need to merge together with this Feng Shui. So it's always important for us to know the heaven, the earth, and the man. Right? Heaven means, okay, what is going on the external side, things that we cannot stop, things that is unexpected. When you hear to yearly forecast and all these things, we're talking about the forecast 大自然, right? Okay, and we talk about this year, how this year is a gloomy year. Those of you who have not read about my forecast of the year, do actually search back the Star article when they interviewed me. It's a year of fear, it's a year of people lost hope. Okay, it is gloomy and it is dark. Health issue will be affected. Okay, all these things has been shared. Okay, so that is the external heavens lah. And then after that, we want to look into the Feng Shui lah, means the earth, the environment I am in. What is the prediction? My house, what are the opportunities that it can give me? Right, that is the Feng Shui part. And the last part is the strategy part. That's into your 八字 to tell you, and your house Feng Shui to tell you, as in like, what will be the proper plan of the year? What is your best plan of the year? What you need to work on? Because at the end of the day, every year we should be focusing on different things. We cannot be like, oh, I want everything. It needs to be one step at a time. And that is the purpose why people go for a party consult. It's all for strategy. All right. So let's say if like Ocean Chan, if you can actually share, let me know. All right. How to join live now? You want to join? Stephanie, let me try to add you in. Let me try to let you in. I need to see where you are, Stephanie. Stephanie Lai. Seems that I cannot add you in here. How come? Are you like allow your viewers to request? Okay, sorry. Join broadcast. I allow you to request. I have actually put allowing. Those of you who want to join, you just probably request to join, and I can add you in.
Now I think I can see.
Yeah. Okay. This feature is very new. So any of you just request to join. If I see anything pops up, I can allow you to actually join in as well.
Maybe you let them know.
Yeah, Stephanie Lai wants to be, Yep.
Let them know about this button. Just switch it on.
Yeah, that is like, how do I let you know about that button? There's a button beside your like or your love or your care emoji. There's a button like a human figurine, okay? Yeah, try to press on that button and we'll try to let you in, all right? I'm just trying this apps. If it really works, okay, probably the line here is not as stable. If it really works, I would really want to do more things like this. At least I can see, because sometimes when you ask me questions regarding Feng Shui, I cannot imagine what you're talking about, because Feng Shui cannot base on imagining, you know. I might be really receiving the different imaginations, and you might be actually telling me different information. Hi, Stephanie.
Hi.
Very good.
Hello.
Pass on. Okay, hi. I am not
Low.
having my... You can see properly, right?
Low battery now.
Okay. All right. So Stephanie, you want to show us something, or you want to ask any questions?
Okay. Maybe this the feel that the feel in front.
Yep.
The feel in front of our office.
That's what.
Can you see the feel?
If you have feel in front of, not plus, if I see from this slightly like higher ground. Okay.
Wait, let me.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the view.
Yeah. That, but I can see it's slightly elevated. So what is the question? Is there a pylon right in front?
Yeah, quite far away, the pylon.
Okay. And you can see that there are 2 rows of is 2 or something. So this is the office room. You see, you have these 2 rows of the shops. Now, because the 2 rows of buildings on the side, the yellow color one is still low, that's not considered bad. It is okay. But one day, if you see a similar formation and you see that these 2 rows of yellow building becomes 2 high building, it means that it is like a 4-story, 5-story, or even 2 rows, and then in the middle you will form what we call a poison arrow. It means it push all the chi come shooting directly to your office. If where you're standing is your office and you have a pylon over there, over the time where if a negative star flies into this direction facing of your office, negative things might happen. Now, I have a client back in, I think, 2002. Okay, the office is in Kuchai Entrepreneurs Park. You know the 阿信魚頭米粉啊? Is it 阿信啊? It's like the EXO, the Shanghai 魚頭米粉. They sell the live prawn mee hoon soup and then the fish head soup and all that. The same row opposite, you also see Ryzen. It's like a small little raised up area. You see that there are like condos or apartments at the side. And this particular shop itself, right, is actually facing directly, okay, to that poison arrow. Okay, and it shoots directly on the year where the 5 yellow appears on their main door. That is a year that one of their accounting staff, which is sitting underneath a staircase, means inside, right? Okay, this shop lots, there's a underneath staircase area, and there's some seats on it. She's exactly sitting underneath the staircase. On that year itself, she just passed out in the office and she died. Okay, this is back in 2002. In fact, yellow building itself is low, okay, it's not an issue because it doesn't form that poison arrow, because it doesn't push, okay, or pressurize the energy to go through it. But one day, if it's high, okay, apartments or condo, and you have a narrow gap in between with a pylon at the front, that are the formations that we have to take care of. Generally, let's say if it's now, not so much of an issue if you just look at it in this way. All right, now,
Okay.
now, Evelyn, I know that now we can use live. Anyone else want to get? I get one more. Okay, I get one more to go on live before I go for my lunch, because you know here in Terengganu, right? Their lunch place closes at 2. You know, okay, I have to rush in for lunch before 2 o'clock, and the hotel food not very nice. Sorry. Yeah. All right. So who else wants to get?
Ask her to request.
Evelyn, can you please request?
Press the green button.
Yeah. Can you press the green button so that you can request to go onto the live? Evelyn Wong. Yeah, you can just press that green button besides your like emoji. Or any one of you, if you can see the green button to get on next to your comment and between the like emoji, you press on it to request to go on live. I'll just get one more. Yeah, let me look at your surrounding. It's like, and see what I can see from it. And if this like feature is good, seriously, I would want to do more of this feature, and especially for this week when I'm here at this retreat. It is so I have so much time. All right, so if you have any questions, please request to get on. Anyone else want to request to get on? If not, let me go for my lunch, and I can plan another Facebook Live tomorrow. I have plenty of time here. Okay, once I'm back to KL, once I get back to KL, the chances is like I'll be like busy doing different things. Okay, busy with my children. Then I might not have so much time going on live with you. So anyone else would like to actually get on this, please request for you to get on. My family photos are facing my main entrance of my house. Is it a bad thing? No. Okay, don't worry. Your family photo can face anywhere. of your house. Okay, it is not a bad thing. No, some people say you can't find green button. Why? Let me see. Why? Oh yeah, I see someone requested. Okay, wait. Ocean Chan. Yep. Ocean Chan requested. I'm not sure why you can't see it, Evelyn. But, seriously, this is very new to me as well. So it's like I need Gong Yu here to guide me as well. So if you ask me, I seriously.
Actually,
Yeah.
I okay. I'll just swap it over for you.
Mm.
Okay. You wanna see this? This one very cool.
Mm.
Mm.
What is that?
What is that? Yeah, it's like the ceiling has been broken, dropped down, and I think it's because outside here there's a construction.
Yeah. So there's a. Do you know what?
Sorry.
Do you know what direct that construction? And at the mouth. What direction?
I think it's west because the sun sets there.
The west direction.
Wait, I can go use my other phone just to check the actual direction. Can you see? Kind of northwest, west.
So when not.
Yeah, northwest, west.
Right, because the possibilities. Because what I see here is it can be more tilt. So what do you get on your compass reading?
It's actually like 300, so it's like west, northwest thingy.
Yeah. It is near to the north.
Yeah. But basically, if I just walk out, right, you can see there's quite a big construction there.
Because from what I see here, if so much. The possibilities if this Feng Shui is either the construction the east at the north. Either one of this, then it could house itself. Okay. Or what direction is it opening?
Which door? The main door?
The main door. This apartment, right? It's just
Actually, it's like a townhouse, so the main door is roughly north. I think so.
You think so? You double check.
My.
Please see if it affects. It could be only a possibility side.
Oh no, it's actually east, southeast, kind of.
East or south?
Yeah.
There. The possibilities is either the
south.
So yours
Yeah.
So besides the ceiling, what else?
Oh, you're gonna love to see this. Wait.
but
Yeah, you will enjoy seeing this if you look at this.
I don't enjoy seeing affected by it. Okay, so that is watermarks, is it?
Yeah, and as well as here, and cracks forming somewhere around. Yeah, if you can see this. Ta-da!
Okay.
So
how long have you out?
Actually 3 years, but I think this one just got bad like 1 year, about 1 year. Kind of like before Chinese New Year.
Sorry?
Before Chinese New Year.
You mean you just moved in this year?
No, I moved in 3 years, 4 years back.
Okay.
Okay.
But all these things
happen just.
It should be last year and last year.
End of last year, when the energy of this year. So what are the possibilities?
No. When you have a water.
Also, I see there's a
piping on top, right?
Yeah.
Even my
so related is a north. It's all water related.
All
right. There's
in a way
renovation.
You
suggest that this year just allow it. It's still going on. Then the chances is like 美啊 follow-up issues and the only thing is you have to stay in the house itself emotionally, because the thing is this year is more emotionally. Hence there will be more other things that lot of like misunderstanding, sort of like okay. So one more remedy on it, like try to actually uplift your how to uplift your energy. So like remember feel like shout this cry this it out because the things was trapped. There's no release and the people in the house trapped. There's no release. You feel bad to voice out and feeling of will how to say suppress all these things inside your house. So it's the house itself to conscious that you need that out to release emotion, because all these things to the north sector is trapping of emotion. So Ocean, have you been very honest?
Honest?
Your own emotion.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. So it is in order if not more you'll be like the negative impact. And then water means that you the house, okay. Legs related issue. Okay. Downwards. It will be. You have to look into. Sorry. Hips. You do have that.
Yeah, it's like very stuck up.
So just stretching or if you need touch or whatever on the massage that okay, releases means like not, but releases body itself. And all right. When join the video, because of connection at my side. So much Ocean for sharing.
Thank you so much.
Now so much seeing me. All right. Thank you. Okay. Bye. Right. Thank you for joining. Do drop it. Fix another sessions, and I can actually do one more round and addressing to all the questions now, since that this week I have the time. All right. Thank you so much. Have a good lunch and a good week ahead. I will see you again soon. Bye bye.